My life began as World War II had almost come to a closure. I was the firstborn to a young couple who were both raised on farms, met, fell in love, and married. They too began farming for a living at a time when living was hard. My father was almost a full-blooded German with some Polish in there somewhere, and my mother was Dutch, German, and English. I remember clearly how different each set of grandparents were as I grew. My dad's mom was a stern and staunch German woman who I don't recall smiling at all. But his dad, I never saw without a smile on his face, and when I saw him, he would pull one of my ears. Now my mom's parents always had a smile on their faces, with my grandpa pinching one of my cheeks to greet me. I remember a few times in the summer going to stay with them on their farm for at least a couple of days and overnight. It was the highlight of my summer. The first recollection I have of life was sitting on a blanket with someone smaller than me, and we were on the farmhouse porch. That someone was my sister, born less than 2 years after me. I remember her being very tiny on that porch. I also knew somehow that I was to stay there with her. I don't remember being told to do so. I remember getting up, but nothing after that until somehow I was out along the cornfield and back of the house. There is where my mother was, and how I got to her I don't know. I do know that I was crying. I remember being lonely for her, and I wanted my mama. But the look on her face made me feel upset. I now believe that frightening look, that anger I felt that day, was the beginning of my feeling unloved, loneliness, fear, and rejection. She didn't want me, and this moment I will never forget, because it put a scar into my very being of being unloved. I don't remember what she said, but she was angry.